अस्सलामुअलैकुम एवरीबॉडी। आज हम एक ऐसे इवेंट के बारे में बात करेंगे, डिस्क्राइब करेंगे, एक्सप्लेन करेंगे जो बहुत साल पहले इराक़ में पेश आया और जगह थी करबला। One day, Angel Jibreel alayhi salam came to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and told him that the people of your ummah are going to kill your grandson Imam Hussein and he's going to be a martyr. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, upon this news, he got very upset and sad and he started crying. While he was crying, Angel Jibreel added that, "O Messenger of Allah, do you want me to show you the sand of that land?" The sand of that land was red in color. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam kept crying, but he didn't hit his chest or he never slapped his face, but he cried upon this sad news. But he stood strong on the will of Allah. So Imam Hussein, one day when he grew up and he was a very good Muslim, he turned out to be the best Muslim in practice. So one day he received a lot of letters that couldn't be counted from the people of Kufa. They write letters to Imam Hussein saying that, "Please come and be our leader. We want you to be our leader," because the current leader was Yazid and the people of Kufa were not happy with them. So Imam Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he received so many letters from the people of Kufa that they made so many bags full of them. Let's see what he has decided after reading all the letters. So after reading all the letters, Imam Hussein was really worried about them because he has a good heart and he really cared for all the Muslims in trouble. He trusted the people of Kufa. So he asked all senior companions of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you know what? All the senior companions, especially his uncle Hazrat Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he said, "You should not go, Hussein." Why? Because the people of Kufa are not loyal. Means they are not honest people. They say something else and they do something else. So his uncle Abbas and all the senior companions of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they actually advised Imam Hussein not to go. So the people of Kufa were famous for their disloyalty and they always betray their trustworthy people. So Hazrat Abbas said, "Please don't go to Kufa. I know they have written so many letters to you, and Imam Hussein, you have a beautiful, Allah-fearing heart, but you should not trust them." So when all the senior companions of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam stopped Imam Hussein not to go to Kufa, Imam Hussein decided that he is going to send his brave soldier cousin Muslim ibn Aqil to see and investigate whether the people of Kufa are honest or not. So Muslim ibn Aqil agreed upon this. He said to Imam Hussein that, "Yes, I will go and I will definitely tell you what is the real picture, and then you can decide whether to go to Kufa, Karbala or not." So finally, when Muslim ibn Aqil went to Karbala, All the Kufis were so happy, and he said, "Yes, it's an okay report. We are ready to follow Imam Hussein. Just tell him to come, and we are going to welcome him like nobody else has ever welcomed." Muslim ibn Aqil trusted their views, and he wrote a letter back to Imam Hussein that, "Imam Hussein, you are right. You can come here and become their leader. People are ready to welcome you and support you." But what happened next? You know what? Imam Hussein left Medina. He left Medina and he started his journey towards Karbala, because he has got the message from Muslim ibn Aqil. So he left his journey, he left his way towards Karbala, and he was really happy. He started walking towards Karbala. But you know what? The governor of Kufa was Ibn Ziyad. He was an evil person. He came and said, "Who is this Muslim Ibn Aqil? I am going to kill him. And you, people of Kufa, don't you know your leader is Yazid? You should not leave Yazid and accept Imam Hussein as your leader. You better change your mind, or I am going to kill you all." After listening to this, the people of Kufa, they changed their minds and they backed off. They said, "Oh my God, all the zillions of supporters of Imam Hussein who were fed up of Yazid and all the governor system, they again went back to Yazid as their leader." Muslim ibn Aqil said, "Let me go back, because this is not right. I am not going to follow your rules because my leader is Imam Hussein." Upon this, you know what Ibn Ziyad did? He kills Muslim ibn Aqil, the messenger from Imam Hussein. And you know what? No one helped or rescued Imam Muslim ibn Aqil. He died there right in front of them, but none of the Kufi come out for help or to save Muslim ibn Aqil. He was a shaheed in the way of Allah. So there, I should recall you that all the senior companions, and especially Hazrat Abbas, who was the uncle of Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu, his verdict was right, that the Kufis are not trustworthy. They should have come and helped save Muslim ibn Aqil, but they didn't, and they were doing all the things that the governor Ibn Ziyad was saying, and they were not sorry for that. Meanwhile, Imam Hussein and his sister Zainab radiallahu anha, they left from Medina towards Iraq, that is Karbala, and with them there were 72 Muslims with Imam Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu. They didn't know what is going to happen next, because they have Allah in their mind and they are going to help for the sake of Allah, because Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu had a pure heart and he was standing with Haqq. He didn't knew what the people of Kufa did in Karbala. He was going towards Karbala. Meanwhile, when Ibn Ziyad kills Muslim ibn Aqil, the messenger of Imam Hussein, he gathered a huge army of 4,000 evildoers, the soldiers of Kufa, and they were ready to fight against Imam Hussein. Shimr was another evil person who was supporting them. But all this thing was not ordered by Yazid, the leader of Kufa, Iraq. But Imam Hussein kept going. Meanwhile, he got the news about Muslim ibn Aqil being killed by the Kufis. But he never stopped. He kept going. Meanwhile, Imam Hussein met an Arabic poet on the way, and he asked him that please tell me something about Iraq or Kufa. What is going to happen there? What do you want to say about the people of Kufa? So that Arabic poet said an amazing description about the people of Kufa. He said, "O grandson of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the people of Kufa are strange people. Their hearts are with your message. That is, they believe that the haqq is with Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu. But their hands, their swords are with your enemies." So this really was a wake-up call for Imam Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu. But he kept going. He had the best istiqamah towards haqq, because he was thinking that I should go, because what if Allah Kareem ask on the day of judgment that so many people wrote you a letter for help and you didn't go. So Imam Hussein was the best Muslim at that time, and he feared Allah in everything. So he kept going. So then when Imam Hussein finally reached the place, the spot of Karbala, he saw a huge army against him. 4,000 evildoers of Kufa versus 72 good Muslims with the leader of Imam Hussein. Imam Hussein, when he reached Karbala, he asked the leader Ibn Zayd that, hey, listen, we Muslims should not fight, especially in the month of Muharram. It is a sacred month. And Allah Kareem has allowed us to be fair and to be kind and not to start warfare. What is this? But Ibn Ziyad was so angry that he said, be ready to die, okay? Upon this, Imam Hussein asked 3 conditions. He asked 3 questions to the leader of that army. First was that please let me go to another state. Don't kill me. We should not fight as Muslims. Let me go and let me do jihad on some other platforms, like near towards Syria. Let me go to Syria and I will fight with the kuffars over there. But the evil Ibn Ziyad said, no way, you will not go. Number 2, Imam Hussein gave another condition that please let me go and talk to Yazid myself. I will go and I will talk to him, and then I will clear the picture. I will show all the letters to him that the people of Kufa are with me. Upon this, Ibn Ziyad went so angry that he ordered the soldiers to attack. And all the men in Imam Hussein's group, they really fought bravely in the name of Allah. Imam Hussein never wanted warfare. He always wanted to stay calm and to think and to decide things through dialogue. But the prediction of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has to come true. And Imam Hussein knew that. that whenever death comes, we cannot do anything. So Imam Hussein, on the day of 10 Muharram, he became a shaheed and he went to Jannah. Allah blessed Imam Hussein and all the martyrs of Karbala, the highest placed in Jannah, no Kufi can imagine. And the Kufis and the army of Ibn Ziyad, they killed all the men except women and children. And you know what? The people of Kufa were so scared that if Yazid is going to see or is going to know all the internal stories and the facts, they are going to be punished. So you know what they did? The disloyal people of Kufa, they burned all the letters written by them so that there will be no proof to show to Yazid. And they burned all the camps of Imam Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu after killing them, and no one rescued Imam Hussein and his people. They kept quiet on purpose and they supported Ibn Ziyad. And then they burned all the letters so that Yazid could not know the reality. Yazid was a leader who never asked Kufis to kill brutally Imam Hussein. He never wanted that. He never ordered that. All Yazid ordered was that he ordered his chief just not to let Imam Hussein enter Iraq. But you see what Ibn Ziyad did? He went all wrong. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Only Allah is going to stay forever. Everyone will die. So after the shahadat of Imam Hussein, he went to Jannah, the highest place. After Imam Hussein's shahadat, Hazrat Zainab was there with the leftover Muslims. Everywhere was blood. They were so sad and they were in pain, but they stood strong, especially Hazrat Zainab radiallahu ta'ala anhuma. She stood strong and she never took off her chadar. She was standing strong in the will of Allah. But she went to Yazid and she said that your people have done this. This is not right. She stood strong and she talked to Yazid bravely. So this was the story of Karbala, and from where we learn so many important lessons. So we learned that there is no one like Allah Kareem, and we should trust Him fully. We also know that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was so right that please verify everything which enters your ear twice or thrice. He was so right. We should verify every single information and then we should pass it on. We also learned that if anybody calls you, invites you at their house or at their place, we should stick to our words. We should never lie. We should do the exact thing which we say or write in the message while inviting. We should not back off. Nowadays, so many Muslims are attending and celebrating the remembrance of Imam Hussein in different ways. But we should do what Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us to do, because he was the best model to follow. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us that Muslim should stay strong and firm whenever any problem or any pain hits them. We should not do things which are not allowed by Allah Kareem. Like we should not cut our heads, we should not cut our chest in the name of love for anybody, and we should not hurt ourselves by any means. We should do a lot of dua, khair and dawa if we want to celebrate the message of Imam Hussein radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. So this was the event of Karbala told by our scholars like Taqi Usmani, Mufti Tariq Masood, Dr. Israr Ahmed and Mufti Adnan Kakakhel. You can go to their pages, type Karbala, and you can get all the details on their YouTube pages. Only one boy was left in the Karbala event, that was Zainul Abidin, because he was sick and he had fever, that he so high fever that he couldn't get up. This is Allah's hikmah. We should stay firm on the name of Allah, whether we like it or not. Imam Hussein stood strong and the message of Haqq was declared by his Shahada. I hope you like the story, and please forgive me if I have made a mistake, and please correct me for the sake of Allah. I hope that now you guys have understand the real story, the real incident of the massive event of Karbala, the event of Haqq. Jazakallah khairan kaseera. Take care. Allah Hafiz.